All right, today we've got the Nike ZoomX SuperRep Surge endurance training shoe. What's it made for? The treadmill, the rower, indoor workouts, but it's got ZoomX foam, which is Nike's most sophisticated energy returning foam, and a pretty tough rubber outsole as well. We're going to tell you all about it, so stick around. All right, here's the Nike ZoomX SuperRep Surge. This is a indoor endurance shoe, class shoe, treadmill, rower, ZoomX foam, 10 millimeter heel to toe drop, 12.2 ounces for a US men's size 11. They got a good amount of cushion. You can see there, as I'm stepping down, you can see my foot sinking into the heel. The midfoot, the forefoot, all good cushion. It's like a running shoe. But Nike says optimized for treadmill, rower, indoor usage, things like that. They mentioned lifting weights, but these are strength training at least, but these are way too cushioned for serious weight training, strength training. You can see a good amount of rubber on the outsole. They should be durable. They could definitely stand up to outdoor usage as well, and indeed, that's part of how I tested these. So that's the Nike ZoomX SuperRep Surge. Here's the SuperRep Surge side by side with the SuperRep Go. So what's the SuperRep Go? It is a very lightly built class shoe, HIIT shoe, high intensity training, body weight training. A lot of cushion. You can see there's a good amount of foam on the bottom. It's firmer, it's stiffer than the Surge because it's Nike's regular Cushlon foam. The upper on this is very lightly built. It almost feels like you could tear it with your hands. So definitely meant for indoor usage, but also check out the outsole. There's just a lot of exposed foam. There's rubber here, 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 but the rest of it's foam. That won't stand up real well on asphalt over time. So this is definitely more of an indoor kind of shoe. It's got the arc system too. So you see the up front, the forefoot here, two big semicircles kind of really give you good lateral stability up in the forefoot, certainly more so than on the SuperRep Surge. But it is definitely an indoor shoe. It looks kind of weird too. You can tell I don't wear these much because I don't really work out indoors all that much. All right, so I don't have any other ZoomX shoes to compare this to, but I do have the React Infinity Run Flyknit. So this is React foam-based shoe. Tons of foam. You can see there, see it in the heel, in the forefoot. It's got that rocker shape. I love these for running because I'm 190, 195 pounds. A lot of run on asphalt, so I need cushion and lots of it. Great shoe for me. Feels crisper to me, the React foam, as compared to the ZoomX. ZoomX is, according to Nike's marketing, this is their highest energy returning foam. And they make it sound as though it is their best foam, their most sophisticated foam. And, here's the thing though, these React, it feels crisper to me. I mean, there's cushion in both, but the Surge feels mushier. The React feels more firm, crisper. And quite frankly, I think I prefer the React foam. These are more expensive too. $160 for this when I got it new, $140 for these. Now, the other thing they say, the React foam is supposed to be more durable. It's good energy return, but it's supposed to last longer training cycle wise, right? Because foam and running shoes, the cushion wears out, and then you got to get new. So maybe these still feel pretty crisp because I don't do a ton of running, so I haven't put a ton of miles on them. I haven't worn them out. Let me put it that way. But right out of the box, I think I kind of prefer the React foam over the ZoomX. All right, so let's take a tour of the Nike ZoomX SuperRep Surge. Let's start with the outsole. Lots of rubber. You can see there is some exposed foam up in this cutout area, although that's not going to wear, right, because it's up on the inside. The rubber part is tough. It's going to last longer. This exposed foam, you can see it's already getting abraded, which I really don't understand why they do that. But if you can see, it's a little bit recessed. It should last reasonably long, But, they're not calling this like an outdoor running shoe. It's meant for the treadmill and the rower and stuff like that. Speaking of rower, there's a heel clip here. This fits nicely in kind of the cutout in a Concept 2 Model D rower. And so this is supposed to be able to give you a quick way to transition on and off of the rower. You can kind of put your heel in, lock it in. I guess it helps. I don't think that kind of thing is going to make a big, huge, major difference or anything like that. The other thing here is it's got the arc system. A lot of the SuperRep shoes have an arc somewhere to kind of provide lateral stability. You can see the width. It works okay. I wouldn't say it's a big, huge, noticeable thing. We'll look at some other SuperRep shoes that have a much more noticeable arc where you can really feel the difference. But the real attraction here is ZoomX foam, right? So that's what the midsole is made out of. ZoomX, Nike's most sophisticated foam, provides the highest energy return, crisp kind of rebound, and it is commonly used in their running shoes and things like this. Think of this as like an indoor running shoe. It's the best way to think of it. ZoomX is, it feels, it's quite cushioned. You'll see in the, or you saw in the on foot, it has a good deal of give to it. And, you can run in these. I went out and ran with them. Walked as well, did all kinds of testing. So what else can we say about this? The upper is pretty tough, and Nike makes a specific point about that. The straps from the rower and things like that could abrade the upper. This is quite tough. It feels rubbery, and it feels like it would last a very long time. You're not going to wear out this upper part. You can kind of see it's quite dense, quite thick there. Nice toe guard. Works very well. Did some burpees as part of the Go Ruck Tribe Iwo Jima WOD, the WOD for the month of February. And they fit well. Run true to size, I would say. Size 11, my normal running shoe size, fits me perfect. The width is good. The length is good. 12.2 ounces. Not lightweight, but not heavy either. That's pretty good. Fits me comfortably. Nice tall collar. It comes straight up. No heel slippage. I am pleased with the fit. So that's the basic tour. And really, though, let's compare it to some other shoes, because that's really where you get a better idea of what this shoe is good for. So we'll do that next. Okay, so let's look at the SuperRep Go. This is the other SuperRep shoe that I own. So I like to compare and contrast, right? Because you can look at anything in a vacuum and it sounds good. What's different with this one? Well, it's super paper thin upper. I almost feel like I could rip this shoe apart with my bare hands. I probably can't. I'm not going to embarrass myself and try that here. But it like super thin, lightweight upper. This is very thin, and it is an indoor shoe, right? This is a class shoe specifically, they say. Because of the super lightweight upper, this probably wouldn't last long in the outdoors. It's not going to last through abrasion, things like that. But also look at the outsole. This is foam. And you can tell I don't wear these much because they're kind of weird looking, I'll be honest. But this foam, this part's rubber, the dark part's rubber. This is foam. This would not last long on running on asphalt or anything like that. So you probably wouldn't want to wreck them by using them in that fashion. I think this front part's called the burpee brake. So, indoor doing burpees and stuff like that. This one's got the arc system, right? So you can see those big wide arcs. This does make a noticeable difference. Lateral stability up in the forefoot. Your foot is nestled down in between those two, and that definitely makes a lateral stability feel that you can definitely feel the difference. This is a decent amount of cushion too. I mean, look at it. It's tons of foam. It's Nike's, minimally sophisticated Cushlon foam though. So it feels very firm. It does not feel as cushioned as the SuperRep Surge. But it is meant for indoor usage, and it is definitely kind of a different kind of beast as compared to the SuperRep Surge. All right, now let's compare to the React Infinity Run Flyknit. This is, I love this shoe. I love to run in these. So big rocker-shaped outsole, tons of React foam, and I mentioned this already in the on foot, but React foam is supposed to be their most durable foam. supposed to last the longest, right? Foam wears out when you're running. The cushioning breaks down, and every couple hundred miles you're supposed to get new shoes. This is supposed to be their longest lasting foam. Consequently, I think it's also their most expensive, $160, right, versus $140. I think I prefer this though. So I ran side by side, one on one on the other. And I like the crisper, firmer feel of the React foam, to be honest. And possibly that's because, well, there's a lot of foam in here. I mean, this isn't a tiny amount of foam, and it just feels mushier to me. And to me, the React foam feels crisper, so I kind of feel better about that. This has a Flyknit upper. This is the second version of Flyknit, so it's not crazy weak. The original Flyknit really didn't last long. My son, I gave one of my original Flyknit shoes to my son, and his are like, they're totally torn up and messed up. This version of Flyknit, though, much tougher, still has that stretchy sock-like fit, at least up here, not so much down here. But this is probably not as tough, not as durable as what's here. This is like rubberized, and this is definitely going to last longer, especially if you subject it to any kind of abrasion. So in running, my personal preference, I like the React foam because it feels firmer to me, but still, this is a very cushioned shoe. This is a 10 millimeter heel to toe drop, and running shoes and shoes for the treadmill, it's all about endurance. It's all about time, right? And so the drop, your heel being up higher than your toes, specifically in a running shoe, is to keep strain off your Achilles. Better for endurance, better for distance. And, that's why so many running shoes are 10 millimeter heel to toe drop, which is what this is. So overall, I would say this is a pretty good shoe for running and treadmill. It's not a strength training shoe though, because it just maybe you could use the 5-pound pink dumbbells with this, that'd be fine, but it's just way too mushy for any kind of like barbell or serious kettlebells or anything like that, unfortunately. But if you don't want that, then that's fine. All right, so here's how the heel clip, this area on the heel kind of just fits. You see that? Kind of hooks right in on the Model D. So then, I guess you could really just not even use, well, no, you still got to use the top strap. Got to use the top strap. But that kind of helps a little bit, I guess. I would say, that's kind of neat. I wouldn't say that's a major feature of this shoe, but, it does something there. Okay, so how did I test these? I did a couple things. So I did over 5.5 miles with a 37-pound rucksack. So, long distance endurance, not running, walking. I don't run when I have a weighted backpack on. It's too much on my knees and my hip. But, it was great for that. Didn't feel, was pretty mushy in the heel. I certainly wouldn't want to go any heavier than 37 pounds with these, but honestly, they're really meant more for body weight style workouts, and they would have been fine for that. I also did Go Ruck Tribe February WOD Iwo Jima, which was you do 19 cleans, 60-pound sandbag, 300-meter ruck with a rucksack, for me, 37 pounds, 45 burpee step-ups, then another 300-meter ruck, and the burpee step-ups are with the 37-pound, or the rucksack on. I used 37 pounds because that's what I had. 2 rounds of that. So that's what I did. And boy, I tell you, the cushion was nice on those step-ups because you're stepping up onto something, and then you're coming back down, and with 37 pounds on, that was great. I would probably, if I had to do that workout again, I would probably reach for something like this. I definitely would prefer to do that kind of workout in these rather than a cross trainer, which is going to be minimally cushioned, especially in the heel. So it worked out quite nice there. Also was a lot of burpees. Toe guard worked great, perfectly fine there. And, felt like it had good cushion up front as well. I did some running with these side by side with the React Infinity Run Flyknits. Again, it's a treadmill shoe. It's got ZoomX foam. Yes, you can run in it, absolutely. My personal preference is I like the slightly firmer foam of the React shoe better, although the React shoe is more expensive, $160 versus $140 here. I did not attempt to lift any weights besides doing the 60-pound sandbag cleans in these shoes. These are certainly not meant for barbell weightlifting, so you're not going to see any deadlifting or barbell cleaning or anything like that in here. Definitely would not use them for that. They're just too mushy, too cushioned for that kind of thing. So that's how they worked out. I'm pleased with these. These are good. I would use these. I do feel like they're a better overall investment than the SuperRep Go. These things are just too fragile unless you're purely just going to use them indoor. But let's face it, who's going to buy a shoe that's like you can only use it indoors, right? You're never going to go outdoor in it. This is just more versatile. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with this. All right, so that was our review of the Nike ZoomX SuperRep Surge. It's a treadmill shoe. It's an indoor training shoe. It has a heel clip to work better with the indoor rower. It's got ZoomX foam and a 10 millimeter heel to toe drop. It's 12.2 ounces, so it's not lightweight, but it's not heavy either. Has a durable upper, and you can run in these for sure. So overall, this is a pretty decent shoe. I would just recommend it for body weight training. I wouldn't necessarily get this if you're going to be doing serious strength training. For that, I would look at a more typical cross trainer. However, having said that, with the tough rubber outsole, you could certainly go out and run in these outdoors as well too. So that was our review. If you like this kind of thing, please subscribe. We post new shoe reviews regularly. Thank you. Have a good day.